I'm just out of curiosity. What's on the paper?
Well, it's just that's why I asked you what your questions were.
Oh.
So I can prepare myself mentally how to, again, it's not like nothing like promoting myself, but it's like more responses, like good responses, like not like,
Okay, give me
not a lot of likes.
Yeah, like. This is Paso Robles podcast studio. You can look. You don't have to look at the camera. I just every once in a while, the camera's like right in the middle, right there. Okay. One of the phones. I'm here with Rittsi from Sweet Garland Creations, and she does balloons and pop ups, and I'm guessing social media in short too.
Kind of. I'm not so good at social media. Like I suck at posting. Like I have to immediately post. If I take pictures, I'm at a setup and then I get in my car, I have to post it because then later I get self-conscious about it and I just won't post it. I'm like, is that good enough? Is that not good enough? So yeah, I psych myself out, so I have to post it.
I feel like we've talked about that before. Yeah. It's like if you're unsure, just post it. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Yes. Somebody goes, oh, look, there was something in your teeth the entire time. They didn't even pay attention to the actual content. Oh. There's nothing in your teeth right now. You're fine. But
you're gonna have to edit that
out. What part?
The teeth part.
No, okay. So here, I'll put myself a little bit out there. There was one time it was 2008. All my friends were graduating and they were having graduating parties and stuff like that. And I went over to San Miguel to, I'll leave the name out of it.
Okay.
She was all dressed up and everybody was sitting around. It was her party. So, one after another around the table, they were all like, oh, I love your dress. I love your earrings. By the time I got to me, I got the tail end of it. I didn't know what was left. Right?
What do you say?
So what I said is like, oh, I love your braces. And she just covers her mouth. She goes, thanks. And I'm just like, what? Like nothing else was left. What am I going to say? What else was I going to say? There's nothing out there.
I love your eyes.
Somebody else already said it. Somebody said the hair. It's like, I should have been like, I like your parents. Like, I don't like.
This party is cool.
This party is very, very cool. So yeah.
That's funny.
Try to, just, I put myself a little bit out there. Okay. Hopefully you understand, like, it's not bad. It's not bad. Nobody's judging you here. If somebody's watching and they judge you, they have a lot other personal issues. True. You know, nobody's going to go on there and be like, your balloon sucked. Like, what's your fear? What's your worst fear of posting something?
I guess it's about the likes, I guess. Like, maybe.
Oh, like, how many likes you get on a picture?
Yeah, maybe it's that. I'm not sure because I doubt someone would be like, "Oh my god, this is an ugly like balloon display or whatever." I doubt someone would be really mean like that unless I have like thousands of followers and hundreds of comments, like TikTok of influencer. Mm-hmm. Like that's when you start getting those type of comments, but. I guess it's more of like the likes and seeing the interaction with that post. But really it's not that bad. Because when I post, it's fine. But
if anything, people are like super supportive, right? Yes, they're like, oh my God, that looks so nice. Yeah. And you're just over here like, you're just still waiting for that one person like chime in and is like, why'd you go with purple? You know?
Yeah, exactly. But it's really not that bad. It's just me in my head, like, okay, what if someone doesn't like this? Obviously, someone might not like it. And I know that. It's just me. Yeah. It's just me.
It's all in your head.
Yeah, it really is.
Can't let it go. And I don't think that'll ever go away. I think it'll get easier as you post. Yeah. But just posting, it's like you kind of put yourself in that feeling, and then slowly but surely it just gets easier. You know, obviously if you like post and you're like super good at it and then you don't post for like a year and then you come back, you're like, what do I do? Yeah, what do I do? What happens? I'm so like, you know, like you're nervous or you know, you just don't want to post. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm like putting myself on camera, because I don't like being on camera.
Either do I.
At all. But when I'm on camera or people hear my voice, they're like commenting good things. Right?
Yeah.
I've for some reason, when I was with Park Cinemas and I did KSBY, K-Jug and KZOZ, and we had like a weekly thing just to update people on what's playing and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I was getting comments like, "Oh my God, you sound so good on the radio," and I'm over here like, I have the dumbest laugh ever.
You don't.
Why is it funny though? Why'd you laugh about that? You know, there's some truth to it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, it's not. I just said yeah, but no.
Yeah, you have
no.
You have a dumb laugh.
No.
But like, I was always so worried about how I'm going to sound and stuff like that, and so now the video is helping me kind of get out of my comfort zone. And I want other people to feel that way too. Like it's actually okay. It's normal. It's fine. People are going to be doing more often. And then when you do it and you see other people don't do it, you're kind of ahead of them already.
Yeah.
So just post. Content creation, that's the tougher part.
It really is.
Yeah.
I don't know much of how to create videos. Like, I see a lot of other influencer balloon artists that have tons of followers, but their videos are like on point. They know how to work the camera, and I'm like shaking over here trying to get them perfect angles, and
your thumb's in the way of the lens.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and then most of the time I do like birthday parties and like baby showers, and most of the time like a chair's on the way, a table's in the way, and I have this little space to work with. Yeah. Some do give me enough space to do my display, but most of the time they have a backyard and they're trying to fit in tons of things, the dessert table, the cake table, the present table, and 6 other tables for the guests. So like I'm like literally doing this little corner trying to fit 2 boards.
You're making miracles with that situation.
Yeah. But most of the time, like something is in the way. So I have to really think about how I'm going to record it, how I'm going to take a picture of it so I can make it look the best way possible to upload it on Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Do you, so I'm only thinking ahead as far as like pricing and stuff like that when it comes to if you need help. Do you price it to where you're doing it by yourself, or do you price it to where if you need to hire somebody, they come and help you, because I know you got your hubby,
yes, and he helps me a lot.
Yeah. And eventually your kids will be of age and they start helping when you get to a certain point. But like, how do you factor in the pricing? Because obviously you're buying material.
Yes.
It's your time, the time away from your kids, from your husband.
Yes.
Okay. From your husband. I wasn't sure if you guys were married.
You're fine.
I see the big ass freaking ring now. Yeah. Hold on.
No, thank you.
So, because I know Lucy was, Lucy's married.
Yes, she married a side note. Yes, squirrel. She married maybe a year before I did, and actually she's my kid's teacher now, so I still see her.
Yeah.
But yes, my pricing. I don't have any people that work with me. I do plan on hiring, or I want to potentially hire, but that's like a little bit later in the future. Right now, it's just me doing everything, and David helps me so much. He does all the heavy lifting and grabbing supplies and stuff like that, and mainly he just drops off my stuff because I need his truck. Thanks, son. So he'll take the truck, I'll take my own car, and then he'll drop off all the stuff, and then I'll just stay there with all the stuff that I could shove into my car. But yeah, my prices are, how do I say that? My prices are based off just me, like doing the work.
Did you ever compare your prices with anybody else?
I do. Shout out to Consuelo. Her social media is like Jade Balloons, I think. Mm-hmm. And we always talk about like, how do you price this, and how do you look up this and stuff. So we do a lot of like, okay, how do you do this, and how do you price this, and stuff like that, because we're both fairly new to the decor business, to the balloon business. So we do tend to talk about it a lot when I see her, and just Instagram messaging too.
So you don't think you don't consider there's competition right now? There's enough.
There's enough. I always say that there's enough clients for everybody. There should not be any competition. If anything, you should be inspiring each other, because they know what you're going through. They know stuff that you might not know, and that's how you help each other. I don't think anyone's a competition, and everyone will have clients, and that's the way I see it. But someone might be better than you right now because they've had longer experiences than you, but no competition. And it's all your style too. Like, they might go with that person this time, but next time they might see something and be like, oh, I like that style better. So there shouldn't be any bad vibes against each other, because it could be like they like my stuff right now, but then later they might like your stuff. So yeah.
I know a big part of it is documenting all the stuff, because I know there's times where you've created something and didn't take a picture and just forgot to document it. Do you find yourself, I know you've done time lapse. Have you done a time lapse video? I feel like either while you're building it, you put a camera or something, or at least I saw a glimpse of that. Like, hey, look what's happening today.
Yes, I've tried to do that. I don't have a tripod. And honestly, sometimes it's very hard to do something like that, because I'm only given 2 hours to set up, or a lot of the parties to say they start at 3. It's a Mexican party, they start at 3, but they're people probably not going to show up till 4 or 5. But I still have
That's
to.
So true.
Yeah,
that's so true. I'm sorry, guys. Stereotypes. That's so true.
But it is true. No offense to anybody.
Quick side note: when we did our wedding, we thought people were going to show up late, but I invited. I invited people who are not Mexican, and they're showing up on time, and I was like, "Oh snap!
Gotta get this done."
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So, but I still have to get that done at 3. So when I'm trying to record, stop, and then record, it just my time of trying to get it done. It's very hard. So I don't have a lot of those. I do want to maybe get a tripod, to start maybe doing stuff like that, because I feel like when people see that, they see what I'm doing and it's helpful for them. And I think it's just a cool social media post too. So yeah, that's one of the things that I would love to start doing a lot more, but it's very hard to stop and go when you have a time to do it.
What's the longest setup time you've ever had to deal with? Or the biggest project, and how long did it take you? Because I want to say it's the Halloween one, because that one was big arch.
That one was big, but that one was not my longest one, because I had that one prepped already. So a lot of the time, if I have a big display that I have to get done and there's a lot of details and stuff like that, I prep Friday night. So say it's on Saturday, I do all my prepping on Friday as much as I can to get it done on Saturday. So sometimes you'll see me shoving balloons into my car, and I don't have a big car, but they do fit in there if I shove them in. But I'm trying to think of one right now. I guess sometimes too, it's the ones that have the marquee signs, the marquee numbers, the light up numbers.
Oh, okay.
And the light up letters. They take me a while because I am doing it all night Friday and then taking it on Saturday. But I think when it's those, including Friday night and Saturday, it takes me a while. But I can't really think of one right now. Oh, when I do the balloon walls too, those take me a while to do because they're so big and require a lot of balloons.
What do you see? What do you say is more popular right now? As far is it birthday parties, any weddings? Like what's the ones that's standing out for you so far?
Birthday parties and baby showers. Lots of baby showers, more than birthday parties. Because I feel like maybe sometimes birthday parties are just kind of like, it's birthday parties, and a baby shower is like memorable. Like, this is my baby shower type of thing. So a lot of baby showers. I want to start doing weddings. I haven't gotten any wedding bookings, but maybe even like bridal showers. I feel like maybe a bridal shower would be cool to do. I haven't done one of those, but lots of baby showers.
Yeah. Have you been asked to do any kind of gender reveal with your pop-ups?
No, I haven't. Are you trying to tell me something?
No, we're not. No, we're done with 2 for now.
Right.
Because you have 2 kids too,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
2, one's, it was a handful already, but 2, oh my goodness. It's, I mean, you think to yourself like, oh, you know, they're gonna have a little friend.
Yeah.
And then, no. You know, my kid, she's like, oh, can you put her in the playpen with me? So we put the younger one in the playpen, and then she just turns her back and starts playing by herself. I'm like, you asked us to put her in there. Now you're ignoring her. What's going on? But, you know, that's a whole other podcast show.
Literally.
Right? That's a little tyke show, you know. But do your kids find themselves like kind of tagging along a little bit more as they get older with what you're doing? Or is it just like, because I know I've seen you work while they're there and they're on their, you know, playing the game or something. Yeah.
When David can't come with me, I do bring him along, or if I can't find a babysitter, but it has to be someone that I really know and will be okay with my kids there. I don't just take them just to take them, because I feel like that would just be how would I say it? Like, not professional, but I guess professional.
Unprofessional.
Unprofessional. There we go. My bad. But yeah, it's only when it's okay for, like, if I know my client's a family friend or it's a friend, a really close friend, and they would be okay with my kid being there. Other than that, they don't really come with me. When they do come with me is when we go pick up, because they love popping the balloons. So that's like their favorite part. Mom, do you have a pen, or do you have blah, blah, blah?
No.
And they start popping them and picking up the trash with me. But that's...
I would record them doing that. And just having that. You have those videos?
Yes.
You got to post them.
I don't post them. Yeah.
Are you trying to keep your kids out of posting or out of your social media? Because I know a lot of people are very sensitive to that kind of thing. I don't want some guy like looking at my kids on social media kind of thing.
No, actually, sometimes I do post Ezekiel. Like, sometimes I'll have him like, oh, here, hold this really fast. And he's like smiling with it. There's actually a lot of times like when they have their birthday parties and I'm the host and the decorator, I forget to take pictures of the balloons. I forget to take a picture of the balloons, and the only picture I have is with my kid in the middle smiling. Yeah. So a lot of the time it is that I have them standing there with their balloons. Your
kids are just going to have to be the mascot at some point. They're just going to have to be, all right, Bill, I forgot to take a picture before. Go ahead. Go stand over there and then just take a picture and
Yeah.
You gotta get them a little shirt that says "Sweet Garland Creations."
Oh, that's a good idea.
That way they can stand in front of it.
I have a shirt for myself, and I was just ordering some for David. I created my logo more manly, so that's actually I didn't think of the kids. That's actually cool. Good idea. I might do that.
Yeah, I'm just it's every once in a while I get a decent idea here and there. This being the Paso Robles podcast. Let's talk about Paso.
Okay.
You born and raised near here in general? So I'm guessing San Luis Obispo is where you were born. Everybody was born in San Luis Obispo, right?
Yes, yeah.
And you grew up here, and I don't think you ever left and came back, right? Because I know a lot of my friends and family left and they come back because they leave because they think there's nothing here, and then they come back and like, oh my God, I love this place.
Yeah.
I'm like, some freaking hypocrite, you know? But tell me a little bit what you think about Paso growing up here. Like, what are your thoughts on where Paso has been, is, and is going?
I was born and raised here. I've never left. I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. I plan on buying a home here. Like a lot of touristy stuff too. I don't really know much of like where it's going. Like I've never really put too much thought into that. No offense. But I know a couple friends like have businesses and stuff like that. But I think Paso is good for us. I think Paso is my hometown, and I plan on staying here. And I think the tourist people, they have fun here. A lot of wineries to do, breweries. We go more to breweries than wineries.
Yeah. Oh, you and David?
Yes, David is a beer drinker, so
I remember. we had this football games at the theater.
Oh yeah, let's don't go.
I was like, he was fine. It was funny because the owner was there, and she's like, she thought I didn't know you guys. So the whole time, our interaction of him coming out, and we were joking. It was like, dude, one more, I'm gonna cut you off, bro. Like we were joking, right? And she's like, Is there an issue here? Is it okay? Is there a problem? Like, no, I know. They're fine. But that was really funny that he just kept coming out, and I'm like, dude, you're paying $12, $11 per beer, man. Like, I know it's a movie theater and we have to charge that, but like,
he does not mind. He was having a good time watching football. All Cowboy people were there supporting, so it was a good time. That was really cool. We really like that too. Yeah,
no, that football on the big screen with the recliners and beer and wine. Yeah, so he's the beer drinker. Paso's very popular with wine. Have you thought about doing more of reaching out to wineries with your pop-ups and stuff like that?
Yes, actually, my friend has been on me about going out and getting some wineries to support my business or even put my name out there, and I just haven't yet. I feel like I should put more on my resume before I reach out, because right now it is a lot of just like small birthday parties that I'm decorating for, and I want to put like big stuff on there before I reach out, but she says I should just do it. So if you know any wineries that want to have a pop-up, let me know.
There's a lot of wineries. I think I don't know. Like the one big one is like Paso Wine Alliance. You talk to them, and that might give you a better idea of where you're at and how ready you might feel like you are. But downtown events like the Lavender Festival, definitely talk to Main Street about potentially doing that.
Elizabeth has been helping me so much put my name out there too, we just did Vine Street in December, and then we had the Day of the Dead. Yeah. So I'm sure she knows a lot of wineries, so I could reach out to her. But this next coming year, or this year, 2025, I really want to do more stuff for downtown for Main Street. So that I hope me getting my name out there with her, because I think she's part of Main Street, or she knows people.
So yeah, I think she's part of HBA, which is also kind of partnering up with Main Street because they're trying, both need members, and they're both starting to do more things together, which I just came from like the first like lunch mixer from the HBA. Oh, so I'm considering doing that. Yeah. And then I'm trying to participate on the Paso Robles Main Street mixers too, or at least show up and be like, hey, everybody, this is who I am, which you should go on the next one. And then I pitched the idea, but I haven't heard back about potentially having Main Street as a sponsor for this show.
Oh, so that'd be cool.
Hopefully it'll work out. But Paso Robles podcast is like one of those things where like I'm gonna push and see who wants to talk, who wants to sponsor, who wants to get involved with it. And it's gonna be one of those things where like it's funny because like when I came up with the idea, I was trying to be sly. I was trying to be something really cool, like Paso wine podcast. I'm like, no, I can't drink that much wine. I started thinking about like, okay, what else? Paso native. No. What am I talking about? I left for 5 years and came back. Like I can't do that. And I started thinking like Paso Robles podcast. I looked it up. Nobody's taking that name. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to be Paso Robles podcast, and I'll be that guy who's going to talk to as many people as I can. And because there's other podcast shows around here, but they're all audio.
Oh, okay.
And this is the only video, as far as I can tell, the only video podcast about Paso Robles right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't care if other people pop up and start doing it too, but in my head, I'm like, I'm the only one. I'm going to promote. Yeah. You're going to be episode 6, I want to say. So, and the only reason I'm like in my head, I need to get to like episode 10 to really know if it's going anywhere, because the average is 7. People start a podcast show, 7 episodes in, it just doesn't go anywhere after that. Yeah. So in my head, I'm like, I got to go 10, and then from there.
See from there.
Yeah. See how far I go. What were your benchmarks for you to tell yourself, I'm going to keep going with this business? Because I know when you start, there's always, I don't know if there was a lot of risk on your side, but what did you tell yourself? Was like, all right, I need this many clients in a year before I go, okay, I'm not going to do it.
Mine was more like when I first started, it was like, okay, if I could get 2, maybe even just 1 every month, then okay, another 6 months. If I could get at least 2 or 3, I've never fully been booked that whole month, like that whole weekend. I've always just had maybe like tops 3 or 4, which is fine because, and even if I was full the whole month, super, super cool, super thankful for all the support. But I have kids, I have a husband, so I'm okay with where I'm at. But the first couple of months, I was like, okay, maybe just 1 more. Okay, if I could get 2 more, okay, 3 more, and going on. So yeah, that was my thing. Just 1 more,
Yeah,
every
just
month.
1 more.
Yeah,
1 more. And I always think about it that way too. Like, how many do I need to make myself comfortable and stuff like that? Obviously, everybody wants to do $1 million deals.
Yes. It just doesn't happen over time. And that's one of the things that I have learned too. Like, don't get discouraged if I don't get any bookings that month or that week. Or, I started posting a calendar on my Instagram showing what dates were open. And sometimes no one really messaged me until the very last minute. And I would have it open, but it's like, oh my God, no one's messaging me. No one's having parties. Like, what am I going to do? But it's really like, don't get discouraged, because every time it's been last minute. People sometimes are just last minute, and some people are planners. Some people like book me 6 months in advance. And I'm like, the sooner the better. But if it's last minute, it's last minute. It's fine.
Yeah. Right now, we can't pick and choose.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. Yeah. I think finding booking. Is there a software you use, or do you just go based off your calendar?
I don't use any software. I write it down on my phone, and I actually carry a planner. Like, I write it down, and I like legit write it down in my planner book. I book you. Yeah.
Do you, I guess this is more just like my curiosity. Like, do you follow up on people as it gets closer? Like the ones that did plan? Obviously last minute, if it's like a week from now, you're like, all right, I'll see you there.
Yeah. No. And I still message them. So, the people that do plan ahead, I'm always like, okay, like it's getting closer, like, is there any other details or any other stuff you changed your mind on, stuff like that. And even, the ones that booked a week before, like what I do is at the beginning of the week, I try to message them like, hey, like, it's this weekend, just confirming. And then Friday night, I'll tell them like, okay, I'm going to be there at this time, just confirming again. But obviously they can't really change anything because it was last minute and I had to like go through whatever I needed to do to get them in. But yeah, I always message them. And if I don't message them first, a lot of people always message me and like, oh, hey, I was just thinking about you. Like legit, I was thinking about you. I don't just say that just to say that. Like I literally was just thinking about messaging you, whether it's Monday or a Wednesday, like you do it first. I was thinking of you that week. And I try to always do it on that Monday and Friday. And then Saturday, I always try to let them know, hey, I'm on my way. Or I'm running like 10 minutes late, you know, but I'm on my way now, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. So when people are planning ahead, obviously the communication's there, you know, you want to make sure it's back and forth. What's your cancellation policy? Like, what does that look like? Do you take deposits? Because, you know, we're similar as far as how we take money from people, right? We provide a service, we either get paid then or like the next day, hopefully, or somewhere around there. Like where do you go? Okay, this is far in advance where I need a deposit, or it's big enough where I need a deposit.
Yes. So either way, like whether it's a week before, 3 months, or I try to call it a retainer fee, because a non-refundable deposit, like the deposit, I can't remember right now. I should have wrote this down, but deposit and retainer fee is two completely different stuff. Deposit, you get back. Yeah. That's why some people say non-refundable deposit, but a deposit you get back. Retainer, that's to retain your spot, and you don't get that money back regardless. So I always try to tell them it's a retainer fee. Like it's non-refundable. Like, you know, when you book like and you cancel, you don't get that money back.
Yeah. Being from Mexican background.
Oh.
How do those conversations look like? Just out of curiosity, like how do those conversations go? Like, okay, I'm guessing you speak to them in Spanish sometimes, right? Okay, voy a necesitar mitad up front. Yes. I don't know how you say up front in Spanish.
You're asking the wrong person.
Necesito mitad ahorita y mitad después. You sound like a freaking drug dealer.
I'm a no sabo kid.
I'm no sabo kid. So I'm getting, because I can just imagine those conversations, because I remember as a kid, Mexicans are really good business people when it comes to like haggling. Yeah. You know, when they haggle you down to a different price or something, like they're really good at it.
Yes. So actually, they don't do that with. I have not experienced them trying to discount, like, oh,
pay
if
you
I
in
pay,
beer.
Yeah, like if I pay you in beer, will you like?
Voy a hacer unos tamales este fin de semana. You know. Yeah.
But you know what? That's funny, because honestly, those are my favorite customers sometimes, because they're so nice to me that when I go set up, oh, do you need a water? Do you like? I feel like our Hispanic culture is like very friendly too, and that when I go set up, they're always like, oh, hija, ¿quieres una soda? Oh, hija, una agua? Oh, ¿estás bien? O ¿quieres otra cosa? Or like one time, a mom totally sent me home with treats, and like the party hadn't started, but they ordered all kinds of treats. So I went home and I shared with the kids. It was like cupcakes and the pretzel sticks with the chocolate. She sent me home with like a whole plate, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Okay. So they are really nice, but I never experienced someone trying to talk down my price like that. But
that's good.
Super thankful for that, because I wouldn't really know how to.
Yeah, it's you're just like confrontation, you know. Yeah. I think that's one of the things as growing as a business, you find yourself practicing a lot more of, is having those transparent conversations. If you feel like you're beating around the bush, you know, like maybe this is not the person you should be working with a little bit, right? So you kind of move on a little bit. Do you find yourself gaining momentum with the business right now?
Yes. Yeah. Like for Valentine's Day, I honestly didn't think that I was going to do, I didn't think I was going to sell out. And
so what did you do for Valentine's Day, just to get context?
Yeah, I did balloon bouquets. So they're balloons, but you almost like wrap them like with the flower, like flower paper to make it look like the actual like a flower bouquet, but they're balloons.
Yeah.
And I did like big giant ones. Like I did like a 3-feeter one, and I did like a small, like maybe like 2.5 feet. I'm like trying to, yeah. So like one for like a little kid that can carry. So yeah, about like 2 feet. And I didn't think I was going to sell out. And, you know, I did really good. So I'm really proud of myself for that. But I feel like, yeah, a lot of people, the more social media I post, the more engagement I get.
So when you thought about the idea to do it for Valentine's Day, how did you execute that? Like, how did you let people know this is what you were doing? I'm guessing it was just hey, on Valentine's Day I'm going to have this. Did you create one and be like, this is what you're getting?
Yeah, so I did a practice run and I posted it on my Instagram, and I got a few people that commented, "Oh, hey, like, are you doing those?" And I was like, I was like, yeah, I think so. So I kind of went from there. So I did one, but it was like my tester. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to look. And then the next one, I was like, okay, it's getting closer. Okay, it's getting closer. And Pinterest is my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You save a lot of concepts and inspirations from there. I feel like a few times where we talked about doing stuff with Park Cinemas, I kind of screenshotted Google images and send that to you. You get a lot of stuff from, I'm guessing, like Temu, Alibaba.
No.
No, at all?
At all.
I'm surprised.
No.
Where do you get Alibaba? It's kind of like Temu.
Oh, okay. No, I don't get any of my stuff from Shein, or I hardly even get stuff from Amazon. All my balloons, like say my supplies, like my clamps for my boards, like hard supplies like that. Like maybe the balloon sticks that I use like to hold them up. Those supplies I do get from Amazon or Walmart or wherever I could find a good price. But my actual balloons, I get from my supplier. So those balloons are good quality. They're not Shein balloons. They're not Amazon balloons. They are good quality balloons. So if I were to set up right now, the balloons would last all week, even longer.
So when you first started out, how did you find the supplier? Like, what made you go, I need a supplier, I need to find, instead of getting your own stuff? How did you find the supplier? Did you go to like a trade place, like a convention, or like how do you make those connections?
So I actually...
and can you say his business?
Yeah. So what I did was I'm a self-taught, is that how you say that? A self-taught balloon decor artist. What I did was I literally was watching YouTube videos, TikTok videos, Instagram videos, and I found this lady that I really liked, how she would decorate, and she offered online classes, and she would do seminars, and she would talk about how to price, she would talk about where to go, like to find supplies, like, and her handler's stuff, I think it's called Decor Lab. So I subscribed to her. I started taking her classes. And she has like a group, like, so whoever subscribed to her had a chat going. And I reached out to the chat and I was like, hey, I'm barely starting. Like, where can I find good quality balloons? And they led me to just Google, say, where's my most nearest, or where's my nearest balloon supplier? And it's actually in LA. So it's called LA Balloons. So that's where I get my balloons from.
That's what you do. Have you met them in person? Like you go pick it up or you get it shipped?
Shipped, yeah. I want to go one day to go see what their store looks like, but I think I think what I saw on their social media is they have it separate, like their office and their actual warehouse is totally separate. So I will not see balloons. Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Like, my brain works that way. Like, how are people finding things like that? Like, how do you make those connections? Obviously, you can do the footwork on going out to Walmart, to wherever it is. I think there's a place in Tascadero that sells like candy, like Mexican candy for piñatas and stuff like that. It's like, it looks like a little house. Have you been there?
Yeah. One time when I needed like a certain balloon, I was like, oh, I gotta find it. And I just Googled where I could find balloons. And that's one of the places that came up. And I called, I was like, hey, do you have this type of balloon? But they didn't. But yeah, I know which little place you're talking about. But yeah, I went from not knowing anything. Like I just randomly started following this person and like, you know, your newsfeed starts coming up with the stuff that you're watching.
Your algorithm.
Yes. That's how that happened. And then I was like, I'm going to subscribe. Like I want to. And she started doing seminars. And her tutorials like are on there. So even if you didn't make it to that, like it's still recorded, you could go back later, and which was super cool because most of the time her tutorials and her seminars were during my working hours because I still have a 9-to-5 job. Like so she would upload them like at 10 or 11 and I'm like, well, I'm at work, so I can't watch it. So I'll go home after and laying in bed when everything's done, dinner's cooked, kids are in bed, I'll lay down on the bed and just watch them. That's how I got started. So
I know how you got started, and from there on, what made you think about doing this? Like, I feel like when we worked together, balloons didn't pop up in our conversation. So what happened there? Like, what made you go? I was like, oh, that's something I want to do. That's something I want to look into. Did you see somebody else doing it? And that kind of sparked, like, what made like, your brain go, I want to do this?
So I've always really decorated. I don't know how I came up with balloons. It literally just happened. I was decorating for a family event, and they wanted a balloon display, and I was like, okay, like I'll try to do it. Like I'll figure it out. So that's literally how it started, and everyone gave me like so many good compliments. They're like, you should do this. You're really good at this, and I was just like, you know what? You're right. I actually had lots of fun doing this, and I'm actually really good at it. So that's how it started. And at first, it was Amazon balloons that I would get, like the kits and stuff. But after a month or so, I realized that those weren't going to cut it. So I started looking into going with a different supplier. Yeah.
Yeah. So, where do you want the business to go? Like, how big are you trying to get? I know you said you want to hire somebody at some point. Like, so what are your goals here for Paso Robles as a business in Paso Robles? What are your goals here?
My goal is to expand. I really would want to expand. What other businesses wouldn't want to expand? Right. Maybe get into wineries. Maybe get into other like little things. Like I know, like maybe making tutorial videos, like for my grab and goes. And my grab and goes are just like I literally make you your balloons and then you just pick it up from my house and you install it yourself. So maybe making tutorial videos on how to install it, or, you know, I'm thinking about those people that travel for like bachelorette parties and they like to decorate their Airbnb, you know, maybe creating a kit for them and making a tutorial video and like how to set it up, you know, maybe expanding there. Hopefully maybe expanding on hiring somebody. Right now I just kind of want to take it step by step. Like I am a working mom, and I try to have other outlets for me too, like outlets like not activities. I sound like I'm talking to my toddler. But I still play soccer, so I still try to make self-care time for myself. So I do want to expand, maybe wineries, maybe making tutorials, maybe hiring somebody, but definitely taking it step by step to my business. Yeah.
I know we've done collaborative work together for Park Cinemas and stuff like that. Is there anybody you want to work with in the future?
Yeah, well, I guess just wineries. I would love to really get my name out there. There's one like St. Patrick's Day right now. I'm thinking about next month for St. Patrick's Day. Maybe some brewery that wants to hire me to do a backdrop for St. Patrick's Day. Like Pappy's. I'm thinking about downtown Paso right now. I don't know, another bar-ish place around there.
Have you done St. Patty's Day before for anybody?
No.
Just Valentine's. I know Halloween.
Christmas.
When you post it, what I would recommend is tagging everybody that you would think would benefit from a pop-up.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not, I would just tag them.
Just tag them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I would want to do that, but then again,
you start thinking you're bugging them a little bit, even though the reality, because I've gone into other businesses' pages, and that they have the 3 sections. They have their regular posts, their reels, and then where they've been tagged.
Yes.
And there's people that tag them for like the most random things. And I'm just like, okay, so this is a thing. You can tag people, and then obviously they can untag themselves if they don't like it. But
some people do that to me, like just random pages try to tag me. I'm like, please delete. No. Or I get a lot of spam like, dear Rittsi, we're selling jewelry. Like, would you like to? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, thank you.
I like the ones where like I haven't really been active, or like I don't feel like I've been active as much on Instagram, and I get that email that says, "Oh, I love your content, and we're looking for brand ambassadors and stuff." Like
what?
They make you feel special a little bit, but then you're just like, no, this is just too good to be true.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things that I feel like you would be able to do easily is like when you make something, right? Take a picture of it, have your kid with the shirt or something, and then tag. Like you just mentioned, St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Like tag all the bars. And then next year's a different story.
That's true. I just, how I was saying earlier, I want to create my resume of like really good displays. And then that way, like corporate wineries, those type of,
especially with the event center here in Paso. Like if you can if you know somebody at the event center that works it and stuff like that, oh my God, I think that's like open doors for everything.
Elizabeth Gutierrez, if you know anybody.
Yeah, you're banking on her a little bit, huh?
Yeah. No, but she's awesome. She supports me 100%. I actually do a lot of work for her, for her move-ins, or like when people are getting the keys. Yeah. So she's cool. She's good people. I love her.
I think a big part of having a small business, or at least when you're starting out, is like connecting with people and helping each other out that way. Collaborative work is a big plus. I know we did giveaways that kind of helped us get a little bit more followers, which was good. But then I think we tried it 1 or 2 more times, and it was just like not the same.
Yes.
Like the hype wasn't there anymore. Obviously, like in my head, if you don't know what to post, just document, right? Just post something random. I need to practice that myself more often too, because I don't have something to post every single week, kind of thing, or every single day. But I know it's helpful to know that, to let people know that you're still there and you still stay on that front of mind kind of thing. Do you find your friends sharing your stuff very much?
Yes, my friends are super supportive. They're always sharing and always like tagging. Like if I were to have like a giveaway, tag 3 friends, they're like the first ones to mention somebody. So they're super supportive. The close friends that I have.
Yeah, and that's always good to have. Right now, I try to post every other day, every 3 days or something.
Yeah.
And I asked Chat GPT multiple times because I want to get a different answer for some reason. I'll ask is like, how often should I post? And it'll say like once. You obviously don't want to like overload people with how much you're posting.
Yes.
But then I see very famous people posting all the freaking time.
Yes.
And so I asked like, well, Joe Rogan does this. Like I'm having an argument with ChatGPT, right? Well, Joe Rogan does this. And he's like, how's that possible? I was like, well, he's already grown an audience. So for him, it's like, it's natural to do that.
Yes.
Regardless if it's, whatever time of day, whatever. And
Joe
I'm like,
Rogan.
and I'm just, in my head, I'm just like, okay, I'll get as big as Joe Rogan and then we can, ask that question again. But
actually, David listens to his podcast every morning, so I know what you're talking about.
2-3 hour long podcasts.
Yes.
Like we're at 58 minutes. Probably it's going to be less because I'm going to, there's a few things I got to cut out apparently.
Yes, please, a lot.
Well, I'll try to make it as I'll try to make it seem as like okay as possible because I got recorded one with Gina from Hamley Farms, and that's going to be posting very soon, if not already. And at the very beginning, we start talking a little bit, and I'm like, "Oh, can you put your mic closer?" And you can see on the camera that they go and just kind of move it closer a little bit. And then I sit back down, and I'm just like, "Should I take that out?" No, because in my heart and like the way
it shows.
This is what I'm trying to prove.
Yes.
Like it doesn't matter. Like just do what you need. Just do this. Make it seem natural. Because I listen to podcasts and you can definitely tell they're taking out the empty space, like the the likes, and it sounds like so we're going to be talking about this, and it goes to the very next thing, right? And I'm like, are they really that fluent in the conversation, or they're chopping it up?
Yes,
they're definitely chopping it up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The pauses, and there's even times. There's even times where I think about. Putting a little bit of music in the background to kind of like even it out a little bit if there is pauses. But in my head, I'm just like, no, I need to stay true. Like I'll do my intro to hook people, and then I'll do the intro video for the logo, and then get into the podcast, and that's what I'm posting. And then from there, I create social media clips, which I'll be posting and adding you as a collaborator, of course. So hopefully we get more likes and follows, and hopefully people tune in and stuff like that too. So I think that we're gonna call it. Let people know how they can reach you, how to find you, and if you want to add Sabla Español at the end, it's up to you.
Okay.
You can talk to me, you can talk to the camera, you can talk to God, whatever you feel comfortable with. Dear Jesus.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at Sweet Garland Creations, SS. I also have a Facebook under Rittsi Anguiano. And that's, good news. I will be soon, creating a website. So you guys will be able to, look at my stuff and send me a message on a website.
Yeah. Sweet. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for being here with me, Rittsi. I'm going to talk to you about that website in a second. But, you guys, hope you guys liked it. If you stuck through an hour and 22 minutes of nonsense, thank you, and support Rittsi and her journey. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.